How many fucking times did we have to remind you to start recording and then you didn't do it?
Oh man, we're back.
We is here.
Well, it's completely missed the... Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to stop recording. Right, bear with me.
What?
Hang on, right, I'm going to stop recording. I'm not going to stop... Oh, mate. No, I'm just going to end up pressing the wrong button and I'm going to stop streaming. So, no, it's fine. Welcome in, guys. Obviously, Ducky here. It looks like Andy Warhol's version of Blackhandcraft next to me. We've got... what's his name? Van Gogh, that's it. Or Van Gogh for the American... Whoa.
They're both artists, so you can't get away with either, really.
And welcome into podcast episode number 4. Buzzing. 4. Yeah. That's mad. To be honest, though, I don't really know what to expect on this one because I've been that busy in general the past week and etc. else. That makes sense as well.
Etc. else.
I haven't really prepared for this podcast, so this is going to be so fun. Purely because I don't know what to expect.
At least you know Ducky's reactions are going to be completely 100%.
Yeah, that's so legit.
100% real, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you look at my reactions and whatever they are today, that's it. That's it. That's real. Yo, TJ Lloyd 14, long time no see. Welcome in, Taylor. I'm about to call you Lloyd then because of that name. Taylor, welcome in. Right, should we boot it off with what it was you were going to start with?
Oh God, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, and mainly Rick and Morty fans. Anybody in chat a fan of Rick and Morty? Who's waiting for the next season? Because you might not get it. Now that is how you start a fucking story. Oh. So, fans are currently... Sorry?
Sorry, no, just almost like completely digested Oreo milkshake the way it should never be digested. Oh, carry on. Just carry on. Not carry on. Carry on.
I don't really think I can follow that with anything, to be honest.
Oh, my days.
So, fans are calling for Rick and Morty, the entire show, to be cancelled. Boom! Big story, I know. So I did a bit of looking into this. Those of you that don't know, Rick and Morty is written and made and mainly voiced by a guy called Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon is he's like an animator, he's a comedian, he's that kind of part of the industry, as it were. Now, obviously, Rick and Morty became a cult classic in weeks. You know, it's been running for the last 3-4 years, I think.
That long?
It became... Yeah, it's been about 3 or 4 years now.
Wow.
And it's so it's become like a really popular show. However, Dan Harmon himself, when he was trying to make it big and everything, his career was stand-up comedy and acting. Now, some of his previous skits have come back to bite him in the ass. So I'm just going to, before I carry on with the rest of this story, I am just going to give a warning. The story does contain like graphic references, I guess, for want of a better term. So neither me or Ducky kind of endorse how Dan Harmon was doing.
No, I don't even know, but no.
I'm literally, it's just for the purpose of the context of the story that I'm mentioning it. So the actual stuff that he did.
I need a hotkey, kind of. And what I'm going to do is, sorry to quickly interrupt, I need a hotkey that has like an image, and I'm going to press it. It's just viewer discretion on screen.
Viewer discretion. No, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't those, but they did actually kind of aid in this a little bit. So, basically, back in 2009, so we're going back, what year is it now?
2020.
2020, fuck.
Oh my days.
So we're going back a little while. We're going back a few years. 2009, Dan Harmon was creating skits for YouTube and online. One of the skits he created was a parody of Dexter. If you guys aren't familiar with that, Dexter's a longer running show, which I've never seen, so I couldn't really give any context.
Dexter is basically what thingy's copied, isn't it? What's it? Big Bang Theory. It's literally. Are you on about that little cartoon with the science and? Whee!
No. Dexter's
Oh,
it's about a murderer.
oh my god! Right.
You're on about Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay, moving swiftly on.
Because what I'm about to say, if I saw that in Dexter's Laboratory, I'd fucking panic.
Okay.
So he created a skit making a parody of this show, and the skit involved him raping a baby. Hence why I gave the viewer discretion warning. Okay, so it is some quite heavy stuff to take on that. So it was a stupid skit, which he himself has apologized for. He's looked back on it now and he said, and I quote, it was just disgusting, it was disgraceful, and it was incredibly bad taste. The video did actually surface 2 years ago in 2018, but nothing really came of it then. So it's quite interesting that it's come back 2 years later and suddenly everybody's like, oh, ban Rick and Morty. And it's like, well, the show was around 2 years ago when the video first came out. So, why?
Yes, yeah.
Why didn't you want it banned then? Why do you want it banned now? It's not like, and again, I'm talking about heavy topics. I'm using it as the context for the podcast. It's not like raping babies was popular then and it's now not popular. Like it's always been a pretty bad thing.
Yeah.
That not a lot of people do. So I don't really understand why in 2 years. One, it went under the net anyway. It surfaced in 2018 and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, they do
like
things like that though. And I don't think right now is the peak of Rick and Morty, right? Whereas I think 2 years ago was the peak of Rick and Morty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Primark would sell Rick and Morty pajamas and whatever else, and so I feel like back then, as stupid as it sounds. I think it's more because I think it's got brushed under the carpet really quickly. Do you know what I mean? They're like, right, shit, we don't want this. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and now
people kind of got rid of it as quick as they could.
Yeah, and I think now it's surfacing again, and it's just got it's got what
now
it deserves.
Now the hype behind Rick and Morty's kind of died away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the hype, isn't it? Of new.
I mean, the one thing we have seen though, or haven't seen actually, for want of a better term, people aren't. So let's go to the J.K. Rowling thing. So if anybody doesn't know, J.K. Rowling released a couple of tweets about a month ago that were quite, they were a bit PC, kind of explaining her views on transgender people. And after the backlash of that happened, all of the actors that she'd worked with, like Daniel Radcliffe and Eddie Redmayne being two of the main ones, and Emma Watson as well, sorry, all of them released tweets saying, we don't endorse this, don't involve us in this at all.
Yeah, we're not involved, like.
Whereas with this Rick and Morty thing, the actors that do the voices for the rest of the characters, which are pretty big actors, they haven't come out and said anything at all. Which kind of leads you to think, well, actually, maybe it's not going to be as big. The fans are calling for it to be cancelled, but so far that's all it's got. That's all it's happened.
Yeah,
it hasn't gone to court. It hasn't diminished his name as such. So it kind of makes you question whether or not it's actually going to be a big thing. But if it does turn into a big thing, we won't be seeing the next season of Rick and Morty.
Wow. And Lauren's just put in chat as well. And because cancel culture is massive in 2020, we have seen a lot of...
Oh my God, yeah.
That sort of thing happening. 2020 just been... all round, it's been a shit year. Do you know what I mean? So
2020 has just been... Yeah, it's been horrible. It's kind of that sort of year where just everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
I couldn't even step foot outside without even if it was the bloody weather. Bird shits on my car or something, it's just that. It's that sort of a year.
I think because of obviously this big cancel culture thing that's happening, I think now that's all resurfacing, and they're just trying to get it on everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have any dirt on you, it's being dragged up. So
yeah. And it's kind of interesting. It's a good way of putting it. Actually, cancel culture. It's a good kind of term to use, really, because that is what it is.
Yeah.
There's especially you get this cancel culture with old things that the actors or the producers or whatever have done, like Transformers. The director, no, was it Transformers? Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry, it's James Gunn who directed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right, what's happened with that?
Tweets. Oh no, nothing's happened with it now. But they kicked the director off it about a year ago.
Why?
Because of tweets he'd made like 5 years before.
Oh yeah, those. I mean, I'm not defending Donald Trump. I'm not.
Good start.
What I'm saying is, people have a go at him for things that like happened 11 years ago, and you think that was 11 years ago.
That was 11 years ago. You know,
I'm not
people have done
defending
a lot
him.
of growing up and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, if someone came to you now, let's say that one of you guys watching this, right, had say won the lottery or got a really good job, and you were so happy you got your dream job, and then someone came up to you and said, no, you put a Facebook status out in 2003, you can't have this job, and you're like, well, it's 2030. Do you know what I mean? Like, So I do think dragging up stuff that's so old, yes, what they did or said or whatever was wrong, but it was, come on, it's over a decade ago. It should just be left alone.
And I think things like, sorry, you carry on.
No, I was just saying, depending what it is, actually, because there's there's still some pretty bad things you can do in 10 years, and
I think things like the J.K. Rowling thing as well. Like, I don't see why the actors had to apologize. Like, surely that's just, like, for me, it would be common sense that you'd think, okay, maybe, although J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, has said that she doesn't like transgender people, it's probably doesn't mean that the actors share the same views, but the actors had to justify themselves. They had to say, I don't share these views. It's like, well, just because I fart on a bus doesn't mean somebody else is going to do it. Like,
what? Yeah, but no, I completely understand. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Kai posted saying, let's just cancel 2020 and take a redo in 2021. Sounds like a good
fans are calling for 2020 to be cancelled because of something that it did earlier on in the year.
But no, I mean,
the tweets have resurfaced.
Yeah. Hopefully 2021 will be a better year, though. I mean, this has been a pretty awful year for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not even like I've had a shit year, so now it's shit for everyone. No, everyone genuinely has had a pretty crap year. Like, it's
abysmal.
Yeah.
In every way, shape, and form. Yeah. Just turn that light down a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Go. Awesome. So, as you can see by the title, sorry, I'm just looking at. I've got my notes.
Yeah.
As you can see by our title, some new stuff has come up about next-gen consoles. Now, obviously, as you guys know, because I think pretty much everybody in the chat are regular listeners, you know that we have touched across the next-gen consoles already. We've done it a number of times because stuff keeps going wrong. So we have had two new leaks, which I've done a little bit of research on for you.
Ooh.
And then we've also got a bit of a story for the Xbox Series X as well. So kicking off with the first leak, Xbox Series X, an unknown, and the reason I say unknown is because it was it was an editor for a website that put this story out, so he didn't know where it came from originally, but I think it was a supermarket released the Xbox Series X controller with the date, so it looks like that is suggesting the launch for the console will be November the 6th. So we can imagine PlayStation's probably going to be around about the same time, but
yeah,
judging by that, it looks like we might have something new to put on our Christmas list this year.
Yeah.
My family's poor, so I'm going to put it on and then laugh as nothing happens. So I get a cardboard cutout.
To be fair, though, I will never forget when I asked my mum for the Xbox 360 and she got me an eggs box, as in like an egg box, and she wrote on the Sharpie 360 on the top and then put it in this big box and put it in for Christmas. And
your mum's a legend.
Yeah, well, not my Christmas when I burst into tears because I was like, yes, this big box, like, Mum, you've done it. Ripped it open, I just see an egg box with 360 written on the boat, and I was like, thanks, Mum.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 20.
So how long ago was this?
Years ago.
Okay.
Years ago. Yeah, this wasn't last year. This wasn't me at 19 years old going,
it's a 19-year-old Cam, like, bawling his eyes out because his mum didn't get him a 360.
But Mum, I want it.
All my friends are on Xbox One.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, anyway. But
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's that is the first leak we've got. The second leak we have, this one's quite a big one. The second leak has come from a journalist that received an anonymous tip. So how much truth is in this? It's difficult to say. I did a lot more research to try and find the source of this tip, and I couldn't see anything, unfortunately. The journalist, her tip suggested that the PlayStation 5 will cost more than the Xbox Series X, but will it run 4K? No. The PlayStation 5, as it stands at the minute, will officially struggle with 4K as a native resolution, whereas the Xbox Series X will be just fine. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased.
Well, we are now.
We are now. So the price leak for the Series X, I believe, was about £400, whereas the PlayStation 5, the source said would be more closer to the 600 figure.
What?
Or was it 500? About 500 figure, I think. Sorry, not 6. Sorry, I've scrawled my notes and I've scrawled them quite badly. So I apologize.
But even so, £500 or £600, especially for the only one out of the two that barely fucking works. I'd be scared to turn that on. I'd be like, oh, have they given me a power button that turns it on but doesn't actually click or something like?
Yeah. But don't forget, you can save yourself money with the PlayStation 5 if you use your PlayStation 4 controller.
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on.
No,
scratch that.
Oh, mate. Oh, my days.
Yeah. So it's not looking good.
No. V-Chunk but I heard £600 for one, though, lol. £600 for what, V-Chunk?
For one of the consoles, I guess. So, yeah.
Oh, for one of them? Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is where Xbox could turn around there and be like, do you know what? Fuck it. Ours runs better and our controllers fucking work. Let's bump it up to £600. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it works, isn't it? So,
yeah. So, yeah, that's what's happening with the consoles. So, in other news about the Series X, and this is a bit of, I mean, I'm an Xbox fanboy. Ducky's an Xbox fanboy. Well, PC fanboy, but you prefer Xbox. This is a bit of a negative point.
Oh.
Bit of a negative point for the Series X, I'm afraid. There's been a delay on the new Halo Infinite game. Now, I'm going to make a very big point of this, just so nobody in the chat comes up and like, no, you're wrong. Not saying that to take the piss out of like all you guys in chat. I love you being here. You actually make this podcast more than I do. So with Halo being delayed, at the time of research, which was about 3 weeks ago. So when I researched this about 3 weeks ago, this is what the situation was then. The Xbox Series X will not be releasing with any like new games. It won't be releasing with any brand new next-gen games. You'll be getting the remasters, so like the Grand Theft Auto remaster, probably Skyrim, because Skyrim seems to remaster from everything from a Sega Genesis up to a Xbox. But yeah, as it stands at the minute, there's nothing new coming out for the Series X. Unless there has been footage of new games, but from what I could tell when I was like reading into them a little bit, it doesn't look like they'll be releasing at the same time as a console.
No, I mean that is a little bit disappointing though. Like getting all this riled up and going, yes, we've got the new Xbox Series X. It's the brand new next gen like console. It's miles better than anything on the market, anything like that. But there's no games to play on it. Well, there's games to play, but there's no actual next gen.
You'll have games to play, but they're all,
they're all
going to be games that you played before.
Yeah.
So you'll get the next gen graphics. You'll get the next gen graphics from the remasters, but you won't get that new feel. Which, to be honest, I think is quite important. Like when I first got the Xbox One, the first game I played was Project Spark, I think. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a new Call of Duty that came out with the Xbox One, which was
that Advanced Warfare?
Advanced Warfare, yeah.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was, but
and that was what this Halo's meant to be, That was the new game that was showing off the new graphics that nobody had played before.
Yeah.
It wasn't like wasn't like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They just remastered it for the console. It was a new game. So yeah, unfortunately, as it stands at the minute, that's where we're at with that.
That is pretty poor, but it's not like they're never gonna. It's not like they've gone, well, PlayStation aren't letting their controllers work, so maybe we just don't drop any games. Like, do you know what I mean? So like, PlayStation
have made a mistake. Yeah. I reckon we're all right. Yeah,
we'll be fine. Their focus is on them. Obviously, the games. Do you know how long the delay is? Has that been said or?
Not yet. No.
So, but it will come out. Then it'll be even better, because I think we discussed this bit briefly, didn't we, together, me and you? And I think we both sort of come to the sense of maybe the delay has come from the trailer for the Halo didn't look amazing.
Yeah, it looked like, I mean, anybody that watched the episode 2 of the podcast will remember I'm a hardcore Halo fan, and I saw the trailer for Infinite and it looked like Halo 1 with better graphics. In fact, no, it looked like Halo 1 with the same graphics that it released with on the Xbox One.
So, yeah. What happened was Blackhandcraft was watching it on his phone here. He was watching it and he was getting all riled up and he was smiling. Slowly, that smile turned down, and by the end of the video, he just smashed his phone into his side. He was like, right!
Yeah. Fucking threw my phone at the wall.
V-Chunk says, what do you mean the controllers don't...
Oh, V-Chunk. Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Yes, we love bringing this up.
I've talked for quite a bit, Ducky, so I'll let you quickly explain to V-Chunk why the controllers don't work.
So, Coal Region Gamer, PC only. Fair enough. PC is very good. Obviously, console is there. I think V-Chunk did put it in above as well. Console is there. It's also the alternative for people on a budget. Do you know what I mean? Like, PC gaming is so expensive. But I mean, it's the whole. It depends what flip side you look at it. Like, long term, I think PC is cheaper. You don't have Xbox Live. You don't have to pay for online or anything like that. So that's one advantage. But it's personal preference. I was on Xbox for years before I got a PC. So, but with the new controllers, V-Chunk. So for the new for the new controllers for the PlayStation 5, they've turned around and they've said, hey, if you're a loyal PlayStation fan and you happen to have a PlayStation 4, your controller will connect to the PlayStation 5. But it won't actually work or run on any of the games that they're releasing. Every time I'm getting used to it now. You know, I just picture Sony and, you know, think of how much money they have and go, I wonder why. But yeah, that's basically what's happened, V-Chunk, is you can connect, it'll go whatever it does, and it'll go, yep, connected. And then the moment that the moment you try and play a game on that PlayStation 4 controller, it ain't gonna work. So it's basically them saying,
reasoning for it as well was just ridiculous. Like, what, I can't remember exactly what it is they said, but they pretty much said, we're not going to make the PS4 controllers work with the games because we want you to experience the new technology.
Yeah. The new technology of what a PlayStation 5 controller has. It's the whole DualShock thing.
And also, right, I saw this thing the other day, and I meant to write this down on my notes. This pissed me off, right? I saw this thing so you got the DualShock, that's the analog sticks, that's what they are and everything. If you're playing a game and your weapon jams, the analog sticks lock. And I was like, if my weapon jams, that doesn't fucking stop me from running. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense at all.
That's bad. That is bad.
It was one of these features, because basically I think it's PlayStation turning around now trying to justify why they're making the PS5 controllers the only ones that will be compatible with the games.
Yeah.
But I read it. I mean, again, you know, it was from a source on Facebook. I think it was something potentially IGN shared, or Game Ranks maybe. So again, I don't know how much truth's in it, but if you think about it, guys, you know, you're playing a game, you're running along, and then your gun jams. Why does that stop you from running? If you're running through the middle of no man's land and your gun jams, you just think, yeah, okay, I'll just stand here and just unjam it.
I mean, so it's funny as well because V-Chunk's put a message and they've actually, you know, wrote it out spot on, but it doesn't even look like it should be right because he said, wait, so you can connect the controllers to the PS5 but can't play with it. And it's normally, if it's for anything else, you'd be like, oh, no, you've got that bit mixed up. No.
No, that is exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly like pinpoint V-Chunk, nail, head, you've got it. And
the thing is, like, when V-Chunk writes it like that, it makes it look like we haven't researched it properly and we've said something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That is literally exactly what it is. So if anything, PlayStation and Sony have actually screwed us over by making us look stupid. So I think we should get a free console.
Yes, thank you.
That I'll never play.
I'm about to say that I'll just sell on because...
Yeah, I'll just...
So basically, Sony should send us a little envelope with 500 quid in it, and then we'll be happy.
So I can buy an Xbox.
Yeah, cheers, Sony.
Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy that one.
Yeah, we'll let you guys play around with that as much as you want.
Yeah. The one good thing I like about PlayStation Plus is that you get 2 free games a month, and I think the same with Xbox as well. Don't even say
Xbox, you get 3.
Xbox, you get 3, and that wasn't even until PlayStation 4 V-Chunk. On PlayStation 3, you couldn't have that. Yeah, Xbox 360 did have that. PlayStation stole the whole free games a month thing from Xbox, and they also stole paying for live in general, and then they also stole party chats and stuff like that. But mate, Sony, sort your shit out. Xbox Z with the Xbox One and 36p controllers. Xbox Z? Hang on. Xbox Z with the Xbox One and 36. Oh, okay. Xbox X with the Xbox One and Xbox 360 controller. Yeah, no worries, Cosmos. We got that. Don't be sorry. And you have the Game Pass as well. Yeah. Carl Reads Your Gamer later on. Thank you. Wait, hold up. You got 3 games with Xbox Live on 360. How didn't I know this when I had? Yeah,
V-Chunk. So if you had Xbox Gold, you get. I think it was called Games with Gold then, and I'm pretty sure it still is now.
Yeah, it is.
I've got an Xbox. I don't know why I'm questioning that. I know for a fact it is. So it's called Games with Gold, and what you get with Games with Gold is you get 3 free games. You get a separate sale, and then if you go to the Xbox store, there is usually another sale going on as well.
Yeah.
So you get 2 separate sales and 3 free games.
To be fair, though, I'll give it to Xbox as well. Like, they went through a stage, like they always had really good games on when you bought Live Gold, and you were, okay, apparently it's called Xbox. It's Games with Live now, apparently, but it was Xbox. It was called Games with Gold. And they had really good games, and it was all sorts of like relatively new games as well for some of them. And then I think they went through like a rocky period, and then they were pretty crap for a little while. Like we're talking, a year or 2 ago, and then they set the game back up. So I mean the games you get as well are pretty decent.
Well, I mean, I'll have a look and see what it is now. I've got my Xbox in front of me, so we'll, as an example.
Yeah, here we go. So we'll see what this month's 3 free games are. Damn, I wish I knew this and could actually use these games when I had the 360. Yeah, they've always had them, obviously barring the original Xbox. But what I didn't realize until years ago, like I know it now, but at the time, including even when I had a 360, I think it's when I first got an Xbox One, I didn't realize that the original Xbox still had Xbox Live. How insane is that? I did not know that the original Xbox had Xbox Live.
The PlayStation 2 has online as well. It's got online multiplayer. I mean, all the servers have been shut down for it, but So PS2, you had this thing called PlayStation Network. I was going to give you an example of what the games with gold are, but it's not actually the best examples at the minute.
Oh no!
I mean, you've got a game called Portal Knights, which has been around for about a year or 2. It's a fun like Minecraft style questing game. That's probably about 15 quid on the store. You got Override Mech City Brawl.
Never heard of that.
I mean, it's 25 quid, but they're giving that away for free. And then anybody that likes originals, from the original Xbox, you've got Red Faction 2, which is currently going for 12 quid, or you can get it for free with gold. So if you got all 3 of those games, you'd save yourself 15, 40, you'd save yourself £52.
Not even the price of COD.
Yeah.
But it's...
Or carry on saving up and you could buy Call of Duty.
Cosmos Faith said, wait, I've got a question, Ducky. The new Xbox One X has backward support to the 360, right? Yes.
And to the original Xbox.
Yeah, about to say, the brand new Xbox Series X goes all the way back to the original Xbox. PlayStation 5, when they first released, that they were releasing the PlayStation 5, obviously now it's changed, but when they first released it, it didn't even have backwards compatibility to PS4. But they've managed to, I'm pretty sure they've scraped it up. I know it definitely has PS4 backwards compatibility now, but you'll have to double check for PS3. I don't know. PS3 and PS2, I don't know if they do have that, but I know Xbox goes all the way back to the very first Xbox ever made. So, yeah. Apparently, PSP and PS Vista even has multiplayer servers online, and the servers are still live now for some of them. Oh, do you remember the PSP? Wasn't that the handheld thing?
Oh man, that was so good. Yeah, with
really?
like the joysticks and that on either side.
I thought they were so bad.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I never owned one, but my mate had one.
I just saw people with them. Was like,
we're probably not really the best people to comment on this, are we? Neither of us owned one. We just don't like Sony.
Yeah, great films.
Which actually brings me on to, sorry to go off on a bit of a tangent, but talking about Sony and films, if anybody has seen on Twitch or YouTube, the Marvel Avengers, the new beta has been released. So for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been playing the Marvel's Avenger beta. I'm not going to buy it. It's just not fun, to be completely honest with you. So
it was just the way you were like smiling, going, so the new beta for Avengers is out yet? I'm not going to buy it.
The new beta's out, guys. It's shit. I mean, excuse my French, it's not that bad, but so far from what I've played of the beta, there is nothing special about the game. Absolutely nothing at all. If you guys have ever played Devil May Cry, you're practically playing Devil May Cry with Avengers characters.
Cosmos Faith agrees with you.
Agreed with you. Thank you very much, Cosmos. It's just not... I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's beta, so there's still a lot they need to do to it. I mean, the one thing that stood out to me straight away was the graphics. The graphics were unbelievably bad.
Really?
The textures, they were awful. The textures were grainy. It looked like I was playing like something from the 360. We're nearly at the next generation console, and they're releasing a beta with 360 graphics. But even just the gameplay. It's sluggish. The fighting's quite fun. If you like Batman Arkham, those games, you'd probably enjoy the fighting. But like I say, there's no oomph to it. Not yet, anyway. So that's
just going to be the thumbnail for this for YouTube. Just you like this, and it's just oomph. That's a big word. Yes. Cosmos also said, again, agree. It felt more like DMC.
Yeah, exactly. It's just DMC with Avengers characters at the minute. And the fact that I saw some people playing them out will be over 100 gigabyte. Well, they really better put out some content then. The only good thing I've seen from it so far, right, is if you go into a level, you can invite your friends to do the level, so you can get 4 of you all together. And your friends can pick whatever Marvel character they've unlocked. So you're not set to have specific characters for each mission. If I wanted to play as a Hulk and Ducky wanted to play as Donald Duck. No, what was his name? It wasn't Donald Duck. What was the little duck Marvel character?
Marvel character? I don't know about a duck Marvel character. Duckman.
Oh, no, it wasn't Duckman. That's so stupid. But he was an alien duck, basically, that came from outer space.
Black Panther? I don't know.
Marvel Duck.
Ant-Man.
Howard the Duck.
Oh. I was just reading chat. Oh, Christ.
So, yeah, not Donald Duck.
Howard.
By the way, if anybody's seen Howard the Duck, the film, it's fucking weird. There's this really awkward sex scene between a 6-foot woman and a 2.5-foot duck. It's really weird.
Oh, mate, I didn't even know there was a duck called Howard in Marvel.
Oh, mate, let me just get it up on my phone.
Why is he not bowling around in Avengers with fucking Iron Man and Ant-Man and Spider-Man and Wonder Woman?
Because he's a cretin. He's a little gremlin.
So was Ant-Man. Yeah, he's been introduced.
Right,
and
so
Wasp,
I don't know how well...
Oh, yes, show me. In fact, it's right, I'll get one up.
Yeah, you get one up on yours.
Yeah,
take one look at this image that Ducky's getting up, guys, and just think this is a Marvel film, or a Marvel character, I should say.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I keep putting V instead of C. Howard who the fuck? Dude, this is scary.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievably scary.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yes. Right, hang on. Let me find a picture of Howard. I think I've lost him. Hang on.
Look at this picture of Howard, then look at Ducky's sub emote.
No. This will never be related. Howard bloody Duck. There he is. Howard bloody Duck. Right.
I don't know why, but chat's doubling up every single message.
No, it's not for me.
For me, anyway.
Right, guys, I'm going to show you this scary-ass picture of Howard Blimmin' Duck. So, this here is apparently Howard Duck. This is the Avenger. Well, no, not Avenger. That's my bad. Marvel. Evil girl, welcome in. Evil dead girl, welcome in. That duck is said to be stronger than Thor? No.
That duck, honestly, so far has pulled more women than probably the whole Avengers combined.
No. Is it just Austin Powers in disguise? Checking.
You know what they should do, right? They should do a film where Howard the Duck. Do you remember Alf? Are you too young for Alf? No, Alf. ALF. Are you too young for that, or?
Don't say am I too young for that. Yes.
You're 7 years younger than me. I'm gonna say you're too young for it. They should do a film where like Howard and Alf have like a massive face-off.
Well, now I'm looking at people's sub emotes and people like who have been 6 months, like Lauren and Evil Dead Girl. It's just yellow Howard.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my!
I feel kind of bad pointing that out.
Yeah, you should do. This is scary. I'm never gonna look at that the same. Oh my days. Yeah, Kai, this is apparently a Marvel character. Like, I mean, that picture there alone looks like 1960s.
Oh yeah, like, it is. Yeah, it's an old film. Yeah. Very old film. I think it's about 1983, maybe.
I mean, I'm gonna contact Marvel and be like, bring back Howard. Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely entering my mind, Kai.
Oh, it is from the 80s, yeah, nice.
That was from the 80s? Okay.
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is Howard the Duck. New playable character. I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that it's got some sort of, like, skin around its eyes. It's like a human with a mask, and that's going to give me fucking nightmares.
I don't know. I reckon he's just high as a kite.
No.
See, I can't stop looking at it. I don't know why, but there's something about it I can't stop looking at. Like, I'm intrigued by it.
I mean, it looks like a human with a photoshopped beak. It looks like someone's just, like, dumped a load of mayo on top of a guy's head while he's wearing goggles, which is what the rings are around his head. And then he's taking the goggles off.
But, like, what's with this little quiff as well? I've never seen a duck with a quiff.
I know, yeah, that's pretty cool at the front, though, to be fair.
It looks like somebody's just described a duck to somebody that's never seen a duck in their life and said, can you draw me a duck, please?
So it's got eyes. Yeah. And then it's like, fuck it, okay, we'll just put some eyes.
So what do the eyes look like? Do the eyes look like human eyes? And the guy's like, I don't know, just fucking draw some eyes, mate.
Dude, Evil Dead Girl says, it was a human in a costume.
No, I'm not for that, because I've seen that film, and that sexy means that that's a child in that costume. Because that duck is like that tall.
So, is it a human?
No, it's actually a duck. It's an alien from outer space that comes down and just happens to look like a duck. That sounds like I'm being really sarcastic. That's actually the premise of the film.
I am so at a loss right now.
He was over 4 foot. Oh, okay, so he's practically an Ewok.
Oh, hang on.
What?
Hang on. So I'm going to show you guys one more thing. So,
just for everybody, just while Ducky's doing that, sorry, I'm going to have to close down chat because it is pulling up every message twice. So if anybody puts any messages directed at me, I will get to them shortly. Sorry, Ducky, you carry on, sir.
No, it's all good. I'm just showing them another picture. Wow, that's big. Hang on. Right. BenQ321, welcome in. How are we? He's 3 foot. That's what Google says. No, he was over. I'm so confused. Anyway, there's a picture that you just seen surpass, and now I'm gonna wait for it again. The top of his head came up to a woman's chest. Wow. Right, this picture below me here now. That's the cartoon version of Howard. That looks cool. I don't care what people say. That is scary.
Yeah,
they have ruined the comic. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the cartoon is. I'm happy with the cartoon.
Yeah.
Until I see that. Until I see the actual live, and that's why you shouldn't do live action.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Dude, that is scaring me. Genuinely, I'm turning it off. I hope you've had a good look. Watch the movie cam. It's really good. Okay, we'll have to watch. We'll definitely try and find a clip anyway. For the next podcast, we'll bring a clip up ready of like not that
bring
scene
a clip
from
of
the film.
Sex scene. No. Please.
BenQ321. It's their birthday today, so we give them a very special rumor has it birthday. Shout out to BenQ321. Happy birthday.
That's our first official shout out for a birthday.
It is. Is it your 21st, 20th, 18th? How old are you, BenQ? The live action looks. Huh? We don't have some requests on BenQ, even though it says it does. It's just going to be added to that pending queue forever. So it's no. But yeah, happy birthday again. The live action looks. What do you mean? Oh no, I'm really excited the way that they will. Hang on. I'm really excited what they will do in Doctor Strange multiverse with Howard. How are they going to introduce him? Are they doing a Doctor Strange
in front of a gun?
Just whack. He was done. Anyway, we'll move on.
It's the trailer for the new Hunter Call of the Wild game.
Yeah. BenQ, happy 18th birthday. Even in Black and Quack. Welcome in, Shlee.
Black and Quack.
I love that. Black and Quack.
I love that. That's brilliant.
We should do that. We're gonna have that as like little
Black and Quack. Yeah.
Black and Quack. That's pretty cool.
I'll get my guitar back and I'll write a song.
Yeah.
Like, just do like a sick little guitar riff. Black and Quack.
That's it now. We're gonna have that. I'm gonna also extract that and have that as a sound thing. Black and Quack.
Did I just do good? Shlee, you just did good. Black and Quack. I love that. That's sick.
Yeah, round of applause. Well done, Shlee.
That's a better name for the podcast than what we came up with.
Yeah. Black and Quack the podcast. That definitely would have got some views.
Yeah, might got the wrong views actually. Maybe not.
Oh Christ. But yeah, that's insane. But no, how actually have you seen? I'm going to show you this for anyone who might not have seen. This is Howard the Duck from the Marvel character. The cartoon looks cute. The live action picture scares the fucking hell out of me. I mean, look at no. And now people are pointing out that it looks like my sub emotes as well, so that's been changed.
Yeah. I just, for some reason, there's something about that picture I can't stop looking at.
His eyes.
It's like, you know, you get those pictures where it's like somebody's photoshopped like holes into people's hands and stuff, and they're just really intriguing. That's what that picture's like for me. Like, I just can't stop looking at it. There's something about it that I just love, but then I also hate.
Yeah, no. I mean, look at the cartoon. He doesn't even have any, like, anything wrong with his eyes. They're big balls. Look. Nah, right, that's being... I don't know why he's missing feathers. I grew up watching Howard. Looks normal to me from that era. 100%, yeah. I mean, I'm sure when we show things to our children and stuff in the future, they're gonna be like, Dad, that's so old. I don't know why they're young and American and a girl, but
Kai has just brought. Sorry to interrupt there.
Oh, go on.
But Kai has just brought up a very good thing that's happened in the last week or so.
Oh, go on.
So, in the last week or so, they're releasing the live-action film of Mulan on Disney Plus, and you have to pay 30 quid for it.
Kai has just popped that in. Kai said, while I'm on topic of Disney and Marvel, what the fuck do you need to pay for the new Mulan movie coming
Sorry,
out?
Ducky, what did you just say?
What?
Did you just say Kai's just popped that in?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exactly why I said Kai's just made a really good point about something that's happened in the last week.
I'm sorry, I thought that you said... Oh, guys, never mind.
That's like me writing down all of my points and then you just saying, oh yeah, that happened actually. I know it happened.
Oh, God. I can't stop. I'm crying now, man. Right. Anyway, dude, it's me, fam. Welcome.
Do you know what? I'm going to make a point next week on the podcast. You're going to say, oh, Blackhandcraft said that on the podcast last week.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Blackhandcraft. I'm sorry.
That's fine, mate.
Yeah, I didn't hear that you said. And as you said, I was like, that's a fucking coincidence. And I was like, yo, Kai just put that in. Oh, God. So freaking warm.
Yeah.
Quackstone Parrot. Oh, God. Yeah, Kai's
Alex.
pretty mad.
Hey, man.
So what?
Sorry.
So go on, carry on. What were you saying? So
Right,
you got to
so
pay
Disney-
for this new Mulan.
Disney Plus, obviously another streaming platform for Disney films.
Yeah.
Very similar to Netflix. It's just the films that Disney have released and produced. And they're putting on the live action film of Mulan. They're releasing that onto Disney Plus probably in the next couple of months, I think it is.
Right.
But you have to pay an additional 30 quid to be able to watch the film. So you basically, for a streaming platform that you already paid for, you have to then pay again to watch a film on it.
That's insane.
30 quid, by the
that
way,
much.
that is more expensive than what a cinema ticket would be.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't know how they're getting away with that.
No, well, they're not so far, because people are just going ape shit about it.
Yeah. Shaleigh said that hoodie looks sick.
Oh, thank you. It's got a dream catcher on it.
It is nice.
Chase your dreams.
Chase your dreams, let's do it. Kai, September 4th is when it's released. $40 Canadian for me. Wow. I mean, Amazon Prime also do things like that, though. You pay for Amazon Prime, and then, me and Lauren watched a TV series called Modern Family, and we loved it. We got to season 8.
Yeah.
There's 10 seasons. We got to season 8, and it was like, oh, you want to watch the 2 later seasons? Per episode. Per episode. And it's like £2 something per episode. We're like, no.
Yeah.
Like...
You're like, well, I'm already paying for your streaming service. Like, why am I suddenly being charged extra for this stuff?
It's as if they think they can get away with it. It's just like, maybe they'll forget they're paying £10 a month for this.
That's like paying for a phone contract and then your provider turn around at the end of the month and is just saying, oh, by the way, you made a call, so can we have an extra £5? It's like, well, what? What am I paying for?
That's so true. Even the girl says they're going to be free in a year, though. But that's a year. I do feel like after time, films lose their
credibility and their kind of factor.
Yeah. Like, there's been so like Venom, right? Venom, when it first came out, was like, you must watch. Yeah, like, I'm a big Marvel fan. So when that came out, I was like, I need to watch this. I still haven't watched it. Purely because it's gone past the point of me caring. It's just like, yeah, I'll watch it when I come across it. It's been too long. Do you know what I mean? Like, too many people have seen it. So I think making it available to watch at the start is a big thing because people want to get that done. They want to watch it and be like, yes, we're one of the first to watch it. It's amazing. So, because I feel like if I went to someone now and went, oh my God, that Venom movie's awesome. Like, this happens in it, whatever. You'll be like, yeah, I know. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that you can't have that discussion like you normally would. So
I think Ducky's probably the only person left on the planet that hasn't seen the new Venom film. But
Shalee says, what about Suicide Squad Kills Justice League trailer?
Oh my god, that trailer looks so good. Wait, do you mean the game or the new film? Because there's two trailers that have come out. There's a new game apparently coming out.
Any film with Tom Hardy is going to be good. Both. Yeah, so I mean, I think they both look phenomenal. Isn't there two? There's two DC films. There's two DC films and two DC games coming out. So you got the new Suicide Squad film and the new Batman, and oh my god, the new Batman trailer. Holy shit! Looks awesome. It's dark.
So you got those two coming out, yeah, and then you've got Gotham Knights and then the new Suicide Squad game as well. So they're releasing two alongside each other, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, actually, there's a new Wonder Woman film as well.
Yes, 1984, I think, or something, isn't it, Shlee? Do you know what? When I first saw Robert Pattinson as the new Batman, I thought, I ain't going to give this a second thought. And then I saw the trailer, and oh my God, I'm all on board with Robert Pattinson playing the new Batman.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible.
The trailer is unbelievable. It's so good. And like a lot of people have been sort of commenting and stuff like, oh, well, Batman doesn't kill, stuff like that. But actually, one, in Batman vs Superman, he does. And two, I think it's like I don't know if it's an alternate timeline or not, but in the comics, there is actually a Batman that is a bit more lethal, and he does kill. He doesn't use guns because he's scared that if he uses a gun, his parents will come back and he'll shoot him in the face or something. I don't know. Yeah, there is a darker Batman that does enact justice by means of killing people.
Yeah.
So I'm all on board with it. Them making Batman darker and darker is really good.
And what I was speaking to this, to be fair, with one of my managers and friends in work today. He said, "Yo, Cam, have you seen it?" I said, "No." So he showed me, and it looked awesome. And he actually turned to me as well, and he said the fact that, because he said to me like, "This is going to be dark. Do you mean this is going to be nice?" And he also said to me that like the fact that they're doing this also means that hopefully in the future they can also introduce the new Joker, because it has that sort of, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's got the new Riddler in it and stuff like that, but obviously they can introduce a whole new Joker thing. Do you know what I mean? And
fans have already said they want Batman to meet, they want the new Batman to meet Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Yeah, that's
which
it.
I think would be insane. I think that'd be so good. But it's really good. Making Batman darker and darker is really good for the franchise as well. Because if you think about it, all of these films now, like Aquaman, the Avengers, all of these superhero films, they're all kind of, you can tell that they want to get into the action scenes, but they've got to take that step back. You know, they've got to kind of reserve themselves a bit for younger audiences. Whereas Batman's like, I don't give a fuck. If I see that guy, I'm going to beat everything out of his face. Yeah. And he does in the trailer. And it's only good for them, because no other film at the minute, no other superhero film from DC or Marvel is doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And as Lee said, to be fair, any film with Tom Hardy in it is always good. I remember when Batman Dark Knight came out with Tom Hardy's Bane. No, we were talking about Venom at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah. So I was just saying, like, I've always loved Batman because the first ones I fully watched properly, and then I got really into them and watched them all. Was the Dark Knight series. Yeah. And Tom Hardy as Bane was it was incredible.
He was unbelievable, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he had to pull off a lot of high expectations, because people were like, oh my God, like Bane should be this like fucking bus. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's this like tank who couldn't walk through anything and destroy everything. It's like, he had to live it up, and he did really well. So, but yeah.
Apparently he made himself really ill.
Yeah, he did. He fucked himself up.
Because of the amount of weight he had to put on.
Yeah. Bane was an awesome character to this day. I've always tried to, copy things like his accents and whatever. And in fact, this is fun, like little fact. If you've watched the film Legend with Tom Hardy, it's about the Cray brothers, and he plays both of them, the twins. He's even said in an interview, he does the same voice for Bane as he did for Ronnie Cray, the brother, and it's very much like so it's, I mean, his voice and skills as well are just incredible. So yeah. But what's this new Suicide? I didn't know there's a new Suicide Squad coming out. The film.
Well, basically, so from the last Suicide Squad, I think there was two people that left. So Will Smith left, and somebody else did. So they had to recast a couple of characters, And they just kind of sort of went, well, if we're recasting characters, we'll just bring out a whole new film. Apparently it's following a different kind of storyline, but I don't know how much. I haven't really seen or read a huge amount about it yet.
See, I think they're putting a dangerous move then there because of how successful the first one was. Like, you had all sorts going on in the first one, like even things like 21 Pilots playing like in the band and making an appearance. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole thing, the whole Suicide Squad feel, like when you left the cinema like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's a risky game, but I think they were just left without a choice. You know, especially after Will Smith left, he was their highest budget actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they've still got like Margot Robbie and Joel Kinnaman, I think his name is, who plays the military officer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really think they could have followed that film with a new cast. Like, it wouldn't have really made sense. Or not made sense, but it wouldn't have really kind of flowed.
Yeah,
I guess is what I'm looking for.
I mean, I can't exactly fully remember the ending scene for Suicide Squad, but I mean, trying to think back to it now, I'm pretty sure it's when they had the fight, the big end fight with Diablo, and
that was very good.
That was a very fucking good fight because that one there, I know we're going off a bit of a tangent, but that there, it was just like the wow factor because not even once throughout the film did they sort of show or hint that Diablo could actually transform. He just had the fire, and then at the end you just see this big, do you know what I mean? This big skeleton. I do think they could have made it look a little bit better. He did look like a twig, but he was still this huge, like, flaming thing. Do you know what I mean? So
it was. I mean, it kind of amazes me how many people slated that film.
Yeah,
I thought it was so good.
Yeah, I thought it was ace.
The soundtrack was amazing.
It was, and it was. I think it was the most played film soundtrack that year.
Oh, easily. It probably still is, to be honest.
Yeah, it's sick. Heathens. Yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. But I just thought the film in general was just really good.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really do anything wrong. They made the Suicide Squad as brutal as they are in the comics, so it's not like they held back. Like, it was just a good film.
Yeah, it was.
Not according to half the people that watched it.
I don't get how. But Shalee said it was better the second time I watched it, to be fair. I think I've seen it maybe twice, but I'm pretty sure it's only been the once because I don't want it. I don't know if it is one of those films. Like, I think me and Lauren have tried to watch it. We've definitely pressed play. I don't know if we've actually carried on with it though. But it is decent. Have you got any other topics there, dude?
So let me just go through the jotted notes that I've been making.
Yep.
I mean, I think that probably brings us up to more or less an hour, doesn't it? So, I mean, is there anything, just going to chat, is there anything that we've said today that that you want to you want us to discuss any more, any points you want to elaborate, any points you want to add, or are there any topics that you want us to cover next week? Any stories you've seen, anything like that you want us to bring up next week? You know, give us a week to do a bit of research on it. Anything in particular from the people, the ladies and gentlemen of the Rumour Has It chat room?
Oh, I like that. The Rumour Has It chat room. Welcome in. I like that.
Bring your own whiskey and cigars.
Ducky likes to repeat what Blackhandcraft says. Discuss. No.
Oh yeah, I like that. Let's discuss that one.
That's how it literally happened. We've had 4 episodes, and it's literally happened once. And in fact, this one, I will admit, you've taken control of, and I thank you for that. Purely because I've come so unprepared for this podcast. So it's been like a real time, like, what do you call it? It's become like a real time reaction though, because like I just did not know what to expect for this one, and it's been good.
With that one, Ryan, we can look into it. We've just got to be, because we're streaming this on Twitch, we've just got to be really careful about, I mean, I know with the Rick and Morty story, I know we kind of touched on some things there, but it was easy to talk around that topic. With topics like that, I can certainly do some research into it for you and see if there is a way that we'd be able to discuss it without it being too heavy. But like with it being a Twitch podcast, some topics are going to be a little bit more difficult to do. But in saying that, I'm not going to diminish your point, Ryan. It's a very good story. So I'll do a look into it, and if there's any way we'd be able to word it safely for Twitch, because I mean Twitch's TOS, a lot of it not necessarily applies to podcasters, but podcasters can break more rules than they realize in one episode. So
I mean,
we'll sorry, carry on.
No, I was going to quickly just sort of just mention there. Lauren did just say there. She did bring it up to me because, like I said, Lauren is also like the behind the scenes. Like she does tell me a lot as well.
Behind the scenes, yeah. We appreciate everything Lauren does because she does more than we do with the stories.
And she did come up to me and say, "Hey, I just found this out." And she did mention the whole ring thing that's been happening in Hollywood. But I sort of said, let me look into it a bit more because I don't want to just come out with that and just, that's quite a lot to.
Yeah, if there's any way we can discuss it without it being, too much, then we'll certainly write it down and get some notes on it for you. So we'll put that one on the back burner, but do some research on it in the meantime. So we may or may not be discussing that one next week. But that one, Evil.
Yes,
that's why you just did a little ooh.
It did a little what?
Where you went like ooh.
Ooh.
You see, I thought it's because I was talking at the same time as you did it, so I thought you were just like suddenly attracted to me. But apparently not. Cold War as well.
Yeah, mid-season Cold War today. Cold War.
Actually, there is something I want to talk about with Cold War. We'll put it on for next week. We'll write down.
Next week, all right,
next week.
Write it down.
It's not like a major. Don't get your hopes up. It's not a major thing. It's just something they've put in the trailer.
I mean, that looks awesome though. Robert Downey Jr. Big respect to him for offering Johnny Depp a role in the new Sherlock Holmes movie. That's going to be awesome if he takes it.
And he'll get his career back on track after what we discussed last week, which, if you missed it, is on YouTube.
It is indeed. Check out the Rumor Has It podcast YouTube channel. It's got all 3 previous episodes. This one will be uploaded tonight. So if you missed anything that we discussed earlier on, that could be anything from the whole next-gen console leaks that we've had to the Rick and Morty stories to God knows what else. Go check it out. It'll be on the YouTube.
I understand. Yeah, thanks for that, Ryan. We're certainly not diminishing your point at all, mate. It's just, like I say, we've got to be careful about what we're talking about. But no, it is to be fair, mate, it is a very good point to bring up because it is a massive thing out at the minute.
Exactly.
So we'll see if we can get we'll see if we can get it in. So what else we got here? Cold War. I'm sure I'll have YouTube drama for next week. We certainly hope so, Lauren. Oh, actually, I do have another topic we can discuss for next week. So if anybody follows Philip DeFranco, you'll already be quite on board with this. But some TikTokers have been busted for doing the same thing as Jake Paul has done.
Oh.
We'll put this down for next week because we're running out of time at the minute. But some TikTokers have been busted for the same thing as Jake Paul. Official authorities have got involved, threatening some stuff. And Joe Rogan has called out the authorities on what they've threatened. I'm going to leave that with you.
There we go. There's a nice... we'll drop it there. That's a nice fucking ending to finish on, actually. So that's what to expect next week. If you did sort of miss anything, you want to catch up on anything that we discussed earlier on, like I just said in the podcast, do check it out on YouTube. It'll be uploaded tonight from around midnight tonight. It'll be on YouTube, ready for tomorrow or later on tonight. So do check that out as well. Thank you, everybody, though, for coming in today. Again, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Oh, Random Nautica as well. That might be an interesting one.
Yes, we will definitely look into that.
Yeah, I'll put that down as a note. Latest Blackhandcraft. There it is again. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. I'm looking out for you, Shlee. You're the reason I leave my blinds open.
Shlee, much love, dude. Thank you so much. Eva the girl. Yep. Love it. Well, thank you very much, guys. Yo, Shlee with the 100 biddies. Thank you so much, Shlee. I'll be sure to halve that.
Yeah, you better.
Of course I will. Wait. Oh, hang on. We've been told to wait.
Okay. The tension's killing me.
Next week in the podcast account, right? Yes. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Right, so by the way, guys, FYI, anyone is here, I will put it out on a Twitter in like the Discord and stuff as well. from next week, we will be streaming the podcast live over on the podcast Twitch account, not here. So please, guys, go. You are a lifesaver. Please, guys, go drop the Rumor Has It podcast Twitch account a follow. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live on Twitch, please jump onto Twitch. If you want to see these live where you can join in the chat, head over to the Rumor Has It podcast Twitch channel. It is in the description below for the YouTube viewers right now. Guys, thank you very much. Lauren, thank you very much for reminding us in that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Save next week's episode.
Yes. So yeah, please bear that in mind, guys. It will be over on the Rumor Has It podcast account, which is right there with the link. Please give that a click. Thank you very much, guys. And I think we'll call it there, right?
Yep. Sounds
awesome.
Good to me.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a happy Wednesday tomorrow and enjoy your week and weekend. And we'll see you next week on Tuesday. Take care.
Black and Quack signing off.
Black and Quack signing off. Awesome.